Kyle Blanks launched a go-ahead two-run home run into the second deck and right last night, and the Padres won their 17th one-run game of the season. After winning 6 games each of the last 3 seasons with the Reds, Aaron Harang can double that single-season total tonight with win 12 of 2011. The Go Padres look for lucky win number 7 in a row against the Marlins. Happy Saturday and welcome to Petco Park. Tonight it is Game 3 of a 4-game series between the Padres and the Florida Marlins. We welcome you in. I am Mark Neely along with Mark Grant. The Padres winners last night. They've taken the first 2 games of the series. The big blow last night was the Kyle Blanks home run. What's the difference between Kyle now and the Kyle pre-surgery?
I think Kyle Blanks has gone through some adjustments. Let's go back a ways. Remember the injury? We'll get that to it a little bit. But he is short and quick to the baseball. In Pittsburgh, the grand slam, low and in, dropping the head of the bat, short and quick to the baseball. Last night, another mistake. Hit a mistake, short and quick, so he's adjusting the swing. And how sweet would it be to see right before our eyes maybe a 30 to 40 home run guy a year in Kyle Blanks, because he's in select company right now for what he's done lately swinging the bat.
You look at most extra base hits in this month of August. That's a pretty select company, and certainly the health of Kyle Blanks has made this a factor.
Put yourself in the place of Kyle Blanks. Tons of talent. Up to this point as we speak, clean bill of health. What does that mean? Clear mind. He can concentrate on making adjustments, and he's making them show right now at the big league level.
Boy, a healthy and productive Kyle Blanks would be a big, big plus for this Padres batting order. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup for this game on Saturday night. It's a former Padre, Clay Hensley, who'll make his 3rd career appearance, but first ever start against his old team, San Diego. And Aaron Harang has won 4 of his last 5 decisions. The pitching matchup is brought to you by Discount Tire, where America saves on tires. Aaron Harang won 6 games each of the last 3 seasons for the Reds. He goes for win number 12 tonight. Starting lineups and first pitch straight ahead. Of course, Dierks Bentley concert after the game. Trevor's retirement ceremony tomorrow. It'll be a fun couple of days here at Petco Park. Let's take a look at the Marlins lineup for tonight, brought to you by the Prize Patrol, presented by Jerome's Furniture. You can text winning to 269-411 to enter. Bonifacio leading off at short. He has 7 hits in his last 7 games. Infante, Omar Infante, just off the disabled list today, had a broken right middle finger. He returns, and that's a key player returning for the Marlins. We'll see how that affects them. Mike Stanton, who had the bad left foot, left toe yesterday, it limited him to pinch hitting, is back in the lineup with Dobbs, Lopez, Peterson, Buck, Wayne Wise getting the start in center, and Hensley pitching. Padres starting pitching profiles brought to you by your San Diego County Cadillac dealer. Stop in today for an attractive lease or purchase offer.
Well, the numbers don't lie. 11-3 for the big right-hander. Aaron Harang, innings pitched. Nice hits a little bit over. Aaron Harang will give up his share of hits. It's all about keeping them in the yard. And if Aaron Harang can throw his breaking ball early in the count. Remember, these Marlin hitters are very aggressive. First pitch breaking balls for strikes, maybe. Should have a good night for the right-hander.
Padres with the blue tops going tonight. The defense behind Aaron Harang, Blanks, Maben, and Venable in the outfield. Forsythe and Guzman on the corners with Bartlett and Hudson up the middle. And once again, Nick Hundley catching. Trader Jack
still loves filling out the lineup card, coming to the ball yard and putting on that big league uniform. He's a cheerleader. He's got probably more energy than a lot of those guys on that bench combined.
80 years old. Emilio Bonifacio steps in. We are ready to go for Petco Park, and glad to have you along on this Saturday. First pitch from Harang, in for a called strike. We are underway. .70 degrees and mostly clear skies at game time tonight.
It is absolutely gorgeous at the ball yard right now, is it not?
Perfect night.
This is great.
Just off the outside corner.
And the Padres got to be thinking sweep, don't you think?
Keep it rolling. Padres have won first 2 games of this series, but also won 3 of their last 4, right, while the Marlins have lost 13 of 15.
Straight scuffle.
Bunted foul. Bonifacio picked up an RBI last night on a bases-loaded walk.
You know, he's going to try to drag one at least, what, once, twice a game?
Absolutely.
And like I said, I'll say it again, have him hit it in the air. See how far you can hit it.
Full count on Bonifacio.
This is one of the guys to where, you know, you're always preaching to pitchers, keep the ball down, work down. Hey, pitch him at the belt buckle and above.
3-2 pitch fouled away. It was a 90-mile-per-hour fastball pretty much down the center of the plate.
Well, Aaron would like to rebound from his last outing. 5 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs. A little erratic in the strike zone.
Another 3-2 fouled back. In that last start for Harang, the numbers you just mentioned, he did pick up a no decision in that start against the Mets. It was the game the Padres came back to tie in the 8th, but lost 5-4 in 10 innings. 8th pitch of this plate appearance for Emilio Bonifacio. Got him swinging as Harang into the slider and strikes out Bonifacio, and that's the way this game begins. There's Omar Infante just off the DL back on August 4th, playing against the Cardinals down in South Florida. His right middle finger broken and put him on the disabled list.
That ball took a tricky hop. That is just a, no pun intended, you talk about a bad break. I mean, just the hand in the wrong place at the wrong time, because Infante was on fire when he was hurt at that moment. Before that, he was playing extremely well.
But like you say, a fluky injury.
Yes, a fluke.
0-1 pitch to Infante. That's in the air down the first base side and foul ground. Guzman just out of room as it's a few rows back. Infante with a 5-game hitting streak at the time of the injury on August 4th. So he does bring that into this game. He takes down and away, a ball and 2 strikes. Came over from Atlanta. He and Mike Dunn in exchange for Dan Ugla. Behind the bag at third, Logan Forsythe. Throws out Infante, 2 away.
That's my guy right there. I'm claiming him. Logan Forsythe. He's
had a
mine.
nice series.
You can't touch him. He's mine.
Not only has he played well at third base here recently, Bud Black was talking yesterday about, hey, you know, Logan's has versatility.
Yes,
we
he does.
play him a lot of different spots.
And you know what? He makes the solid play, but he's not flashy. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. It does.
He's just a solid guy, and sure, it's early in his career, but I like everything I see in him. Hard-nosed, gets the job done.
Two outs, bases are empty, and that's the way you like to pitch to Mike Stanton. Just 1 home run off the National League lead. Pujols has 30. Cardinals got shut out today by the Cubs. Milwaukee's going to run away and hide in that National League Central, aren't they?
Looks like it.
Brewers won today. To third and foul. Brewers have opened up an 8.5 game lead, which is now the largest lead for any division leader in baseball. Foul tip into the mid of Hundley, and it's 2-2.
Good fastball from Aaron Harang. Good located fastball as well at 91, up and away. Looked like a four-seamer. He wants it down, but Stanton cannot catch up to that one. Again.
Same spot. 2 strikeouts in the first for Aaron Harang. So he sets the Marlins down in order. Bottom half, and the Padres coming up. Presented by Ashford University's Homers for Heroes. If any Padre in tomorrow's lineup hits a home run, Ashford will donate $2,500 to Operation Homefront. Venable leads off, followed by Bartlett and Maben. Guzman hitting cleanup, and O'Dog in the 5 spot, hitting .364 in his last 6 games. Will Venable takes a strike on the outside corner. With a .262 average overall, 1 for 6 in this series. Takes another strike from the former Padre Clay Hensley.
Well, 31-year-old veteran. He's been a swingman lately, but the last 6 times out, he's been a starter. This is his 7th start since moving to the rotation in July. Fastball, slider, curve. There's a curveball right there. Occasionally he will throw a split, but basically a 3-pitch pitcher. Fastball, slider, curve. High 80s, maybe touches 90 at times.
He's had a couple of stints on the DL this year. In May, out with a left rib contusion, and in June, part of July, for a right shoulder sprain. Fans Venable. That begins the Padre first inning. Florida defense is brought to you by North County GMC, a Southern California tradition for over 20 years. Peterson, Cameron, and Stanton in the outfield. Lopez making his first start at first base as a Marlin. He started about a dozen games or so at first while with Seattle. Shortstop Jason Bartlett takes strike 1.
Going back to that strikeout of Will Venable, see the swing way out in front? That's the split finger. You see it out of the hand of Clay Hensley. Good arm action, good pitch right out of the gate, going to the off-speed stuff. Looks like a fastball. Comes in as a changeup. Looks like a pump, feels like a sneaker.
Yeah. So the occasional split may turn into the
out pitch
for Clay Hensley tonight.
You get that feel early in the ball game. You know, in the bullpen, they might have that good feel. You bring it out to the mound with you during the game.
There's a breaking ball, the curve. And Hensley has K'd the first 2 hitters in the Padres first.
Good split finger, good curveball way out in front, bringing both hitters, Will Venable and Jason Bartlett, to their knees with the off-speed stuff. Another thing that Clay Hensley possesses, he's got stones.
Comprende. Still living up in North County. Hensley lives in Encinitas. Cameron Maben enters tonight with a 7-game hitting streak. Back towards the mound, under the glove of Hensley. Dobbs didn't get it. Well, Hensley's the one that's a little ticked at himself for not coming up with that ball. Dobbs made it closer than I thought it was going to be, though, at first base.
Absolutely. Did you see the reaction from Clay Hensley? As soon as that ball went by his glove, he looked up to the skies like, oh, my goodness. How did I miss this one? Good sinker. Tries the backhand. Oh, no. Come on, Greg, pick me up. Nope. The speed of Cameron Maben beats it out. And a very close play at first base. Clay's like, yeah, that's my bad. I should have made that play. We should be out of this inning. But the Padres possibly have a little chance for a 2-out rally here.
33rd infield hit this season for Cam Maben. The single season Padre record for infield hits is 40, held by Eric Owens. Cam may take that record for himself. .32 steals and 36 attempts. He was caught in yesterday's game when they pitched out, and he still almost beat it.
I've got an idea. Promotional department, be aware. Cameron Maben night, have a Cameron Maben night. Have like a set of shoes like with wings on it and his number. Giveaway like pin night.
Not a bad idea.
Get right on it.
I'm sure the wheels are already turning down in the bowels.
Do you like the idea?
Park. Yeah.
Guy can fly, right?
I understand the analogy, yeah. Maben at first with 2 outs. No score in the San Diego first inning. Well, they pitch out, and this time, Maben not running. I say this time. Last night they pitched out. He did get it. Probably not going to pitch out 2 consecutive times, are they?
Yeah, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if they do. Seen teams do that before. Fastball away, though, kind of acts as the same type.
Semi, yeah,
right.
Exactly. It's a pitch, semi pitch out without really pitching out there, and giving Buck a better chance to throw out Maben if he was running. By the way, give Cam an 8-game hitting streak. with that hit. Two-one to Jesus Guzman. A little low, says Brian Gorman, the plate umpire.
As that sun starts to set a little bit, gets out of the eyes of Cameron Maven.
There he goes on the 3-1 pitch. It's ball 4. No throw needed by Buck, and it's 2 on with 2 outs.
A lot of fastballs rolled right from Hensley because of the speed at first, right?
Correct. Now things may be a little bit different. Orlando Hudson with runners at first and second and 2 outs. Orlando in his career against Clay Hensley has 2 hits and 7 at bats.
Split finger right out of the gate
on the first pitch.
We've seen a lot of that with runners in scoring position. Mentioned it last night. First pitch right out of the gate with a guy on second base. Off speed from these Marlin pitchers.
Got it away, 2-0.
You know, Clay actually throws it's called a split finger, but he uses the Vulcan grip. In fact, Edward Mujica, remember El Diablo?
He's here with the Marlins.
So
that's belted deep to right, and Orlando Hudson, a 3-run shot. His 4th of the year, and the Padres lead 3-0. Well, Clay Hensley was his own defensive play away from a 3-up, 3-down first, and all of a sudden this whole thing is blown up on him.
We talk about a game of inches, maybe less than an inch. Clay Hensley making that play to end the inning. And as I mentioned, the chance for a little 2-out rally. Orlando Hudson works a 2-0 count, and he is all over it. Mike Stanton didn't even give chase to that one. He knew that one was gone. Put a notch in O-Dog Shillelagh. Who let the dogs out?
It's his 4th homer of the year for O'Donnell. That's his first, though, left-handed. That's belted to left by Blanks, and it is back-to-back home runs. Number 5 for Kyle. And in just a matter of a couple of pitches, the Padres have suddenly sprung a 4 spot in the first. Kyle Blanks is feeling this.
Absolutely. We talked about it in the pregame show. You talk about hitting mistakes. That ball leaks middle in, and the 88 train is out of the depot. Swinging a hot shillelagh on that one.
First time this year the Padres have hit back-to-back home runs. Hundley, line drive to left, stays in the park, but it looks like it's going to go for extra bases. Played in by Peterson. It's a double for Nick. Now the first inning, not only a problem for Hensley tonight, but for the Marlins. Our comparison brought to you by the San Diego Toyota dealers. We've got what it takes. Going to beat the Marlins, you get them early. You look at the first 3 innings, team ERA over 5 and an opponent batting average of 279. Middle innings, where pitching has more success, the ERA drops, as does the opponent batting average.
It's just been a whole different mindset for these Padres, and taking advantage of those numbers. I'm sure there were people out there who laughed when they heard me say, hey, chance for a little 2-out rally here. Two people to my right. Anyway, the fourth spot in the bottom of the first, and Randy Reddy is smiling with Stump Merrilla, Mark Merrilla on the left.
A Hudson 3-run homer followed by a Blanks solo shot, a Hundley double. And again, we mentioned it, but with 2 outs, bases empty, Maben a little dribbler to the third base side of the mound that Hensley could not come up with. Dobbs did, the third baseman, but couldn't throw out Maben, and that's what started this whole thing.
Can we talk about hitters in the National League who have been hurt in their struggle? Remember Lance Berkman? You know, he's had troubles, right? But this year he's healthy, he's swinging the bat well. Kyle Blanks, he had a bad elbow. Try competing at this level with a bad elbow, swinging a stick like he swings. You're not going to be successful. You got that taken care of, and as I mentioned in the pregame show, clean bill of health, you got a clear mind. And that does wonders for anybody.
Yeah, the elbow surgery and the elbow injury obviously didn't just affect his throwing. Try swinging a bat with a bad elbow.
Yep.
Second homer in his many nights for Kyle Blanks. 8th man to bat in this inning. Logan Forsythe takes down and away, and suddenly, after the first 2 were retired in this inning, each on strikeouts, the pitcher Harang will bat here in the first inning.
You talk about this game bringing to your knees in a heartbeat. Randy St. Clair is already on that horn down to the Marlin bullpen.
Up high to Harang. This is how close Hensley was to getting out of the inning with 2 outs, ball right under his glove, that if he fields, he most likely gets Maben, as Dobbs nearly did anyway. And Hensley's like, should have had him. Had a 1-2-3 inning, and then 6 batters later, he's still trying to get the final out of the inning. Padres have won all 5 games this year with the Marlins. And now in all 6 games this year they've played with Florida, the Padres have scored in the first inning of all 6 of those games. Right-hander Rick Badenhop is up for the Florida Marlins. 29th pitch of the inning for Hensley. And it comes to an end as he gets 3 strikeouts in the frame, but in between, the Padre long ball rears its head. Orlando Hudson, a 3-run blast to right. Blanks solo shot to left as they go back to back, and a 4-run San Diego first. complimentary tickets so you can enjoy great games this season, sample great seats, and enjoy all the exciting benefits of being a Padres season ticket holder. Don't miss out. Call 619-795-5555 today and tell the Padres you're in.
No power shortage, huh?
No, not at all. Orlando Hudson, his first home run left-handed this year, and home run number 5 for Kyle Blanks.
Hey, once in a while that dog will sneak up and bite you.
Don't wake up that dog, my friend.
That's right.
All right, sent him down in order in the first. Dobbs leads off and hits a high fly to left field on the first pitch. Blanks towards the line, has out number 1.
You got to love that.
Uno pitch, Uno out.
Aaron Harang is the type of pitcher to where, depending on what the score is, he'll pitch his type of game, being up 4-0 or 0-0. He could be a little bit more aggressive now with the fastball, right? I mean, he can locate all of his pitches when he's on. But now he can just try to be aggressive with his fastball away, like he did to Dobbs, gave him the opposite field.
First baseman Jose Lopez. He had a 3-hit night last night. All 3 hits were doubles. Fastball on the low outside corner to level it and a ball and a strike. Lopez began the season with the Rockies. Line into left field. He has another base hit. That's his 5th hit of the series. There's the first Fish hit of the night. A 2nd inning 1-out single.
A good top hand. The ball hooking. Hey, Kyle Blanks going to the old school. Getting that knee down. It's almost like Walter Matthau on the Bad News Bears when he's out in the outfield. Hey, come on, guys, you got to get that knee down to keep the ball in front of you. It's good technique.
All outside of Peterson. Nice pickup by Hundley. Ryan Peterson out of Chatsworth High School. Played his college ball at UC Irvine. In fact, went with the Anteaters to Omaha in the College World Series back in '07. 3-0.
I'm sure Bob Scanlon knows a lot about this guy, doesn't? Scan does some UC Irvine play-by-play on radio.
The Anteaters were knocked out by the eventual champ Oregon State that year, but Peterson was named to the College World Series All-Tournament team that year. 3-0. And ball 4. You know what they call the supporters of the Anteaters?
Yardbarks.
Oh, that's a whole different.
Well, they eat ants, but go ahead.
They called them the Anteaters entourage.
Really? Well, no Bob Scanlon, but there's part of the Sequan Casino Post and pregame show. John Weisbarth stuffing his hole, and Jenny Kavnar on the right. Free hot dogs, yeah, I'm all over it.
There you go, midnight. John Buck takes a strike. You can make the simple act of eating sound so demeaning.
Hey, I'm a
like
big fan of the art. I'm a big fan.
Yeah, that's apparent. 2 on 1 out for the Marlins catcher. Slow roller. It's going to be a tough play. Forsythe bare hands and does not have a play, and the bases are loaded. Right. Logan playing deep at third. Yep. No chance to get Buck.
Yeah, well, you respect the power of John Buck. We all know what he can do with the bat and playing back. And that, you know, that's a case where Aaron Harang throws a good pitch It's a slider. Buck reaches for it. It's all upper body. And Logan Forsythe realized that, you know what? Sometimes the play is not to try to make the play. And he holds on to it. No chance of getting Buck, even though he doesn't run well. One out, bases loaded. You got to force it any base. Take your chances on another grounder.
Dwayne Wise, the center fielder. Wise lines it foul. Pass first. Good play by the Pod Squad. Wise getting the start in center field tonight. He was used as a pinch hitter in each of the first 2 games of the series. He had a pinch hit, base hit last night. Off the outside corner. Well, the Padres scored 4 in the bottom of the first inning. Wise, who is homerless this year, does represent the tying run at the plate for Florida.
Nice slider right there. Down at that back foot. We hear about it all the time. Righties on lefties, lefties on righties. The breaking ball, aim for that back foot because you know it's not going to be a strike in the zone. If he makes contact with that, it's either in the dugout, top of the foot, or best case yet, swinging right through it.
1-2 pitch. Tried to go in that same general vicinity with the slider, and he laid off that time. Former Chicago White Sox, Dwayne Wise. His first year with the Marlins. Ranks 2-2. He gone.
Grab some bench. As Hawk Harrelson would say, voice of the Chicago White Sox on TV.
We talked about Hawk in great detail last night. He's an interesting gentleman. No, he's the first big league player that wore batting gloves.
You know what? That doesn't surprise me because Hawk Harrelson was a style master back in the day.
And it was he had been out playing golf and had blisters and
right.
was having to play the big league game that night. I think he was with the Red Sox at the time, but he was the first guy to wear batting gloves. He caught a lot of heat for it initially.
I'll bet.
That wasn't a manly thing to do.
Oh, he got squeezed there.
It's 2-0 on the pitcher Hensley. Hensley 0 for 8 with the bat this year with 4 strikeouts.
Count should be 1-2 after that one pitch where Aaron got squeezed on that good fastball down and away.
Hensley stays alive and fouls it back. Two singles and a walk. Marlins have him loaded with 2 outs in the second. Fourth strikeout for Aaron Harang. And the Marlins leave the bases loaded at midnight. Still filling up that pie hole.
Oh, get out the fan and the grapes.
as your Padres honor the all-time saves leader Trevor Hoffman in a special pre-game retirement ceremony. Don't miss this once-in-a-lifetime event. You can still get your tickets at Padres.com/Trevor. A lot of folks in town, dignitaries for tomorrow's ceremony, which we'll have for you at 12:30 tomorrow here on Channel 4 if you can't make it to the ballpark. Of course, Trevor Hoffman spent time as a Florida Marlin. Wore 51 with the Marlins as well. I believe it was still called Joe Robbie Stadium at that point.
I believe so. At Candlestick, I'm sure producer Eddie Barnes was in the stand somewhere watching his Giants go down. Right in Eddie's wheelhouse.
Looking through the chain link fence from the outfield. 1-2 count on Venable leading off the Padres second. He fanned in the first inning. You know what the difficult thing about games at Candlestick was a lot? You know, with that chain link fence in the outfield. That's to the right side. Scooped by Lopez, who makes the shovel to Hensley. For a 3-1 putout. A lot of balls that would bounce over the fence. You couldn't really tell if they were beyond the fence at home runs.
Hey, it fooled a lot of announcers as well.
Looking through the chain link down near the team store and the Western Metal Building on the left field corner. Hanging out on the beach as well. Shortstop Jason Bartlett fan in the first. Still a little disturbed by that scene we saw going to break. It wasn't exactly the
it was
Cameron Diaz A-Rod popcorn
good call
Super Bowl moment.
Yeah, quite frankly, it made me sick to my stomach.
That's a 1-1 count on Bartlett. You've got a sensitive tummy, though. So
I do.
1-1 pitch from Clay Hensley. Fastball makes it 1-2.
You know, Clay has dealt with some adversity in his career as well. Injuries, you know, fighting back, getting released, and then getting invited to spring training with the Marlins and fighting his way back to the big league level.
Bouncy ball towards the middle. Bonifacio from behind the bag. Low throw, but Lopez picks it out. Two down. Let's take you back to Candlestick Park. You're pitching as a Padre.
Oh, look at the mullet.
That's not a bad hairdo, actually, for you right there.
And Brett Butler.
There's that chain link fence in the outfield. Late great Pat Dobson.
Yeah.
With a visit. And now
still backing up third. Hanging a pitch. Shocker.
You could back up third with the best of them.
I wore a path.
Yeah, Maven takes a strike.
You know, that still irks me. Brett Butler hit that double. I threw him a pitch, and Doug Harvey, probably the best umpire of all time, I think, was behind the plate that day. And I thought I got squeezed. And you know what? If Doug was here, I'd tell him myself.
Well, they called Doug Harvey God, didn't they?
Oh, yeah.
That was his nickname?
Yeah. Good man. Hall of Famer.
1-1 on front. The on-speed pitch.
Let's check the pitch here. I missed. Yeah, that's just too fat of a pitch to anybody. That's my bad. Joe Carty, he was playing on the shortstop side of second base.
Fourth strikeout of the game for Hensley, who sets the side down in order. I like that dude. That's not bad.
Solo shot.
Hey, Aaron Harang did some serious pitching there in that second inning to hold the Marlins in check.
Marlins left the bases loaded in the second, and it's the top of the order up in Bonifacio to begin the third. Takes a strike, and it's 1-1. Four runs, 4 Padre hits, no runs, 2 Florida hits so far. We've got up high, 2-1. He missed with the changeup. Marlins, despite the 2 losses here, first 2 games of the series, still have a winning record on the road. 32-27 on the road this year. But are 25-41 at their home ballpark.
Hey, you know what? I talked to Tommy Hutton, the
TV
analyst for the Marlins, and he is a firm believer. You know, think of that division, the East, right? Philadelphia, Atlanta, New York. There's Hut. Had a darn good big league career. He did.
Just fouled past first.
You go to Philadelphia, Atlanta, New York. I mean, that's playoff atmosphere, isn't it?
They play in a tough division.
You come home to Florida, and he even said, there's no life. There is no electricity.
Well, hopefully
it's like playing a B game in spring training at 10 in the morning in Jupiter.
You'd expect that all to change next year with their new ballpark. 3-2 pitch down in the dirt, and it's a leadoff walk to Bonifacio.
I mean, it goes back to when you're a kid. You know, when you're playing amateur sports in school, basketball, football, the bigger crowds, hey, that did something for you, didn't it?
Well, there's a reason why teams win most of their home games over the long haul.
Yeah.
Marlins have had, in many ways, a bizarre season. They were 10 games over at 30-20, and they just went south in a hurry. Went all the way to 11 games under 500. And they made it back to 500 for a while, or under 500 now at 57-68. Getting ready for the concert tonight. George Bentley. That's
good old boys.
Not him.
Pardon, ma'am. Pardon me, ma'am. Very respectful, taking off his hat and getting to his seat so the people in back can enjoy the ball game.
A few cowboy hats around tonight. Oh, yeah.
Yippee-ki-yay.
You're about to quote Bruce Willis there. That's down in the dirt.
Almost. Kind of partial to Roy Rogers.
Florida Marlins had a terrible June. Lost 17 of 18 in one stretch, 11 in a row, which tied a team record. It's a third and foul. Third base coach Joe Espada.
Yeah, May 28th this year, the Marlins were 30-20. Best record in the National League. Since then, it's been downhill.
And they lost 19 of their first 20 games in the month of June.
Ouch.
Edwin Rodriguez resigned June 19th. Jack McKeon was title-wise the special advisor to ownership. He returned to the field June 21st as the interim manager. And has become the second oldest manager ever. With Connie Mack being the oldest. Connie Mack managed till age 87.
Wow.
His last year was 1950. Fly ball left field. Blanks a few steps in. One gone in the 4th or 3rd.
Good breaking ball from Aaron Harang. And there's Trader Jack. Kind of sweet. It'd be against Major League code, but if Jack showed up to the ballpark and managed in a suit.
The Connie Mack suit?
Yeah.
Of course, he came back in 2003, 38 games into the 03 season when he was 72 years old and managed the Marlins to the world title.
Jack says, what's age? It's only a number, right?
Yeah.
It's what's in your head and what's in your heart. And still work that cheek leg.
Save and a miss by Stanton. Really get the impression that Jack McKeon is enjoying being at the ballpark every day again. He knows it's an interim tag, but he's making the most of his time back in uniform. Rich Waltz is telling me that he's a TV announcer. Was pregame and he left Jack, who said, yeah, Jack's got to go do some stuff. But he came back an hour later. Jack was in the same place, still talking with the beat reporters.
Oh, yeah.
The 1-1 pitch to the right fielder, Mike Stanton.
You can see Aaron Harang being very careful, trying to peck away at that outside corner. As the outfield pretty much straight away and on the deep side in left and center. Will Venable a little on the shallow side in right.
2-1 pitch. Stand away again. Did he go? Yes. Plate umpire Brian Gorman making the call, and it's 2-2. Check on Bonifacio. Has to dive back in.
That was close.
Stanton with 29 homers, 76 runs batted in. And again, Harang staying away. It's a full count.
Hey, with the way the infield is positioned, right? You'll give up that single to the right side. That's only first and second then. And that's why Harang's playing him away. Hopefully he'll pull something. But if he takes it that way, give him the single.
Runner takes off. It's a strike. Throw down to second. Not in time. Well, they strike out Stanton, and Hundley trying to make it a strike him out, throw him out, inning double play, but Bonifacio swipes his 30th bag of the season.
Aaron Harang kept pecking away. There's the jump, but the big key is the strikeout on the outside corner. And Orlando Hudson tries to keep the tag on Bonifacio. Out or safe. Oh,
almost came off the bag.
Yes,
that
did.
right foot just stayed on.
But what a great pitch by Aaron to get Stanton looking.
5 strikeouts for Harang, 2 outs in the inning for cleanup hitter Greg Dobbs, the third baseman. First pitch strike on an off-speed pitch, a change. Dobbs led off the second and flight out to Kyle Blanks in left field. To first, behind the bag, Guzman takes it himself. The leadoff walk to Bonifacio, and he is stranded. At the midpoint of the third, it's 4-0 San Diego. The all-new redesigned 2012 Civic. And check out the latest offers on the full lineup of Hondas. Mark Neely and Mark Grant and our Channel 4 crew from Petco Park. Third game of this 4-game series. Padres and Marlins. 4-0 San Diego lead thanks to back-to-back homers in the first. Hudson with a 3-run shot, and then Blanks followed it with a solo homer. 4, 5, and 6 up into San Diego third. All one is up and into Jesus Guzman.
I just detected something, Clay Hensley, and this is something that he had done when he was a Padre as well, and I'm sure he'd be the first to admit it, and it's mechanical. Sometimes that front shoulder really flies open like any pitcher, and hence the ball up and into the righty. Kind of push it a little bit, and to correct that, just got to concentrate on having that shoulder go towards home plate and stay on home plate. And that, he kind of flew up on that too on the breaking ball. But every pitcher goes through that, though. Sometimes you feel like you want to overthrow it and you want to get the ball there quickly, right? And get something out. You open up a little bit too soon and you leave it up in the zone, or way up and out of the zone.
It's Guzman to go fishing. Low fastball, 2-2.
Throw some chum out there.
Yeah.
You didn't even realize you said that, did you? Be honest.
I don't know where the analogy. That's popped up. Left side, shortstop Bonifacio under it. 1 out. It'll bring up Orlando Hudson. Cold Hard Blast is presented by Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Padres go back-to-back. The first inning was Orlando Hudson, his first home run left-handed this year, and then Blanks whips one out to left into the second deck of the Western Metal Building.
Starting to feel comfortable, right? And I don't mean comfortable in a bad way. I mean comfortable in a good way. Seeing pitches, recognizing them, hitting mistakes.
Sails to the outside corner.
Guarantee you one thing. I'll bet you Clay Hensley, for the time he's out there and facing Orlando Hudson, he's going to keep the ball away from him. Nothing soft middle in. Something he can turn on. Probably 2 seamers away. Backdoor breaking ball.
Slider called a strike, 1-2. Curveball fouled. That's a 3-run home run in the first inning. He's hit 35 runs batted in on the season. Tipped into the mid of Buck. 2 outs in the inning, and that is 6 in a row retired by Hensley. Got him with that split.
Yeah, that's that Vulcan changeup we were talking about. He calls it a split finger and way out in front of it. He consistently kept pitches away, and he gets the strikeout with that pitch away.
Show me that Vulcan grip, Mr. Spock.
We know about the split finger grip, right? The split fingers, the grips are like that, but the Vulcan grip is almost like a pitchfork like that. And I've got a story to cap it off. Kevin Correa and Clay Hensley, very good friends.
Really?
Clay Hensley learned the changeup from Kevin Correa. Kevin Correa learned the changeup from Tim Lincecum. So Clay Hensley is, in essence, throwing the Tim Lincecum changeup.
Interesting little.
And somewhere
6
Kevin
degrees
Bacon
of
is in
I was
there.
going to say that's the Kevin Bacon game
Yeah.
right there. Who did Tim Lincecum learn his changeup from? That's how
I'd have
delve
to
deeper.
ask Tim Lincecum when I see him next time.
Two outs, nobody on, and the Padres third. 1-2 to Blanks. Back to the mound. This one speared by Hensley. That ball had a little fuzz on it. Hensley missed a chance to make a play on Maven in the first, and it cost him. He makes the play on Blanks. He's now retired 7 in a row. Stranded 22 men on base so far in this series, 11 last night. Our leaderboard is brought to you by Los Primos, home of the Monster Burrito. Get your $5 meal deal for a limited time only. And look at most men left on base in the NL this season. Marlins number 4 on that list. You notice the top 5 teams, all 5 of those teams have sub 500 records. I guess the moral of the story is don't leave a lot of guys on base.
Oh, you know what? I remember talking to our good friend Merv Retman when he was hitting coach of the Padres. We had that discussion on a plane once. Men left on base. It's a good thing, bad thing, right?
It is, because if you get guys on base and you score runs, sometimes you're going to leave some runners on. That's hit hard to third. Lopez set down by Forsythe.
Hey, if you leave 12 guys on and you win 7-2,
not a big deal.
Who cares? Now, if you leave a dozen on and you're losing,
scoring 1,
yeah. You ever meet Merv?
I don't think I've crossed paths with Merv.
He's a gem.
There's Brian Peterson, the left fielder. You know which former Padre, I believe he was the hitting coach, I used to cross paths with all the time, is Grover Deacon Jones.
Oh, yeah. When I got traded over here in '87, he was our hitting coach.
Peterson takes a strike.
We'd stand at that batting cage during pitchers hitting practice, and Deacon would have his elbow up on that cage, just real calm, cool, and collected. He'd look up in the sky and say, another terrible day here in San Diego.
Right in on the hands of Peterson.
But he wouldn't say terrible. He'd use another.
Gotcha. I'm with you. Out of play, left side.
You notice Aaron Harang getting good tilt on his, not only his sliders, but he's getting good downward plane on his fastball as well. That last pitch was apparent of that. Getting ahead 1-2. Working down and in to Peterson with some good downward plane action.
Two pitch coming to Brian Peterson. 6 strikeouts for Harang. 2 outs in the inning. Let's get to tonight's trivia question. Presented by AT&T Wireless. In tonight's question, we talked about Trevor Hoffman, who, of course, came over from the Marlins. But who is the Florida Marlins all-time saves leader? I have the answer for you soon. Two outs. John Buck picked up an infield hit his first time up. First pitch hacking, it fouls it off. All the scoring in this game came in the bottom of the first, and it all came with 2 outs for San Diego. 3-run home run for Orlando Hudson, followed by a Kyle Blank solo homer. First time the Padres have gone back-to-back this year.
Hey, I want to correct myself on Clay Hensley, the Vulcan grip. I was thinking Edward Mujica. That's what Edward throws, the Diablo. The Vulcan is actually like this. Okay, there's the, remember Spock?
Right.
You know, live long and prosper. That's the Vulcan grip on the changeup.
You really have to have some big hands
You
to
do,
throw.
because me doing this right here, my tendons are really stretching here. So that's how you throw it. Just throw it. Stay on top of it. Scrape those knuckles on the ceiling and throw it just like your fastball.
You got some pretty big mitts, though, yourself.
Yeah. Can you do
those,
that?
You know what the big hands mean, though?
Big gloves.
Big gloves, right.
Yeah.
Can you do it?
Come on.
I'd have to do the Vulcan like that.
Hey, if what works best for you, right? That's another thing. Whatever works best for you. Just because one guy doesn't mean you have to do it the same way. Make adjustments that works for you.
It's interesting to see the different grips. Like when we were in Minnesota for interleague play, Bert Blyleven came over and showed us his curveball grip. That was incredible. That was so much fun.
If you and I were to get some gloves on and go play, there's no way I could have thrown it the way Bert told us how he held his.
Because he had his thumb underneath.
Yeah.
And he liked to say it was locked in. You couldn't pull the baseball out of his hand with his grip, the curveball grip.
But remember, he even said he almost had like a 4-seam grip on his curveball.
He did.
It was almost like a 4-seam fastball grip, and then he'd tuck his thumb underneath and somehow get that nasty rotation to get that 12-6 break.
I didn't see the very beginning of the induction speech. It's down the left field side and we'll get out of play. He told us he was going to say his first words were, "Are we live?"
Yes, he did.
And then did he say it?
You know what? I didn't see his speech either.
That's a funny man, Bert Blyleven. Yeah. Great sense of humor. Rank trying to finish off the Florida Marlins here in the fourth. 1-1-2, Dwayne Wise. Wise a strikeout victim his first time up.
Notice something here about this at bat? Where was Harang last time? Where was he consistently pounding him?
Down and in.
Yeah, with breaking stuff, right? This time around, looks like the last couple of pitches been fastballs away. Trying to mix it up a little bit. Maybe sneak attack him now with some breaking ball down and in here.
Just up and in with that slider, but that slider he was bearing down and in quite a bit to Wise first time he came up. Harang up to 76 pitches, so pitch count is getting up there for Harang. 3-2 fouled away, and we'll do it again.
Well, with the 4-run lead, full count, 2 outs, defense is back. You know that Buck's going to be going, right? And Nick Hundley, little cheerleading there. How about a fastball away in the outer half?
Oh, where'd that miss, huh?
My goodness. This is a strike. That's not low. That's down the heart of the plate. Right at the knees. What do you think?
That's strike three. Now it's back-to-back walks now issued by Harang. He's now walked 4, and it's 2 on, 2 outs for the pitcher, Hensley. Fouled back, and the gentleman and his lady friend who each brought their glove, and the man had it in his mitt and it came out and fell down below.
She almost had it in her mitt too. They both brought their mitts. Now the discussion, oh, it's your fault. Oh, my fault. No, it was your fault.
Line to left field. Blanks ranges to his right to make the catch. 2 walks, 2 men left on. 1 misplay in the stands by the gentleman with the mitt. More doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. This is the good side of it. On the Blanks home run earlier, this gentleman with the bare hand, nice grab. But then just minutes ago, here's the play coming back. The gentleman.
Watch this reaction. Watch. What? Are you kidding me?
The highs and the lows inside the seats of Petco so far tonight. 4-0 San Diego into the home half of the 4th. Bottom 3 up. Hundley, Forsythe, and then Harang do, and it's Nick leading off. Saw the nice numbers for Nick. Hitting a little under 500 in the last week and a half. Doubled in the first inning tonight. You remember the first time Nick came off the DL this year, he had a really rough time offensively. This time a different story, and Bud Black was talking before yesterday's game. He said, you know what, it's by design that Nick spent more time on the minor league rehab assignment this time. He said, I told Nick, on your rehab, I want at least 30 plate appearances.
Doubly, triply sure that you're okay.
Yeah, and he thinks that's helped Nick come back and hit better this time around than when he came off the DL the first time.
Well, one thing's for sure, his approach going the opposite way. We talked about it at length the last week. You know, the triples that he has hit and shown some opposite field power going that way.
Hit hard and fair past third. It kicks off the padded fence And in left field, Peterson grabs it, and it's another double for Hundley. That ball right near the chalk behind the bag at third, and Larry Vanover said it was a fair ball.
Oh, it hits. Okay. It hits before the bag from my vantage point. That's a perfect example of Larry Vanover saying, you know what? Where the ball hit, it was foul, but it went over the bag right there. So hence a fair ball. That's my point. I mean, 99 out of 100 times, guys are going to call that foul, but he got it right. I feel that ball went over the bag.
And we've had this discussion at length in the past. I think what helped that ball is that it was low to the ground.
Sure.
The ones that bounce high over third base are harder for the umpire to call, even if they go over the bag. Fair,
right,
and land foul, they're called foul.
Right.
No argument from the Marlins on that. Sliding stop by John Buck. There's another look.
Yeah, see, the ball bounces before the bag, right? So, okay, it's got to go over the bag. According to Vanover, it goes over the bag. Sure, it landed foul, but in flight, that ball, if you look at camera directly over third base bag, in his judgment, the ball would have gone over third base.
Larry Vanover at his 18th year as a major league umpire. That ends a string of 7 in a row retired by Hensley. Padres have the leadoff hitter on base for the first time in this game. Two and two.
Good two-seamer.
Counted away to full count. To left field. Peterson over his head and a one-hop near the 357 side. Hundley, he'll score down to second as Forsythe. It's back-to-back doubles, and it's 5-0 San Diego.
That's my guy.
11th RBI for Logan Forsythe.
I like this kid. You know, the approach. The approach of going the opposite way, right? But look at that. Look at those hands. See how quickly he had to bring him in and out in front and then get that fat part of the bat on the baseball? That is some good hitting, adjusting to the good pitch on the inside part of the plate by Forsythe. Man, good recognition out of the hand, location of the pitch, and letting those hands get through. That's impressive.
Orang has 3 sack bunts on the season. Burke Badenhop, who was up in the first inning, is up once again.
How he got to that ball, it just amazes me.
If you don't pull those hands in,
you get jammed.
Break your shillelagh
if you're long to that ball, good luck. No chance.
Strikeout of Harang for the first out of the inning. Top of the order, and right fielder Will Venable. William Fan to the first, and in the second grounded out to the right side. Away for ball one from Hensley. Last pitch from Hensley was his 70th of the game. He had to throw 29 in the first inning when the Padres sent 9 men to the plate. Right side, backhanded by Infante. Off the bat, you're thinking, if that gets through, Forsythe can score, but Infante cut it off, gets the out at first, and Forsythe is at third with 2 outs. Okay, so Bartlett has fanned in the first and grounded to short in the second inning. Hensley begins him. The first pitch slider, strike one. Line into left field, base hit for Bartlett. In comes Forsythe. 6-0 Padres. The 2-out RBI base hit for Bartlett is 35th run batted in.
Keep on adding on, and flipper Jason Bartlett, he gets a breaky ball. It's a mistake. Keeps his hands back nicely. Well, that's a good looking swing from the Padres shortstop, and that'll be all for Clay Hensley.
Jack McCann will take the ball from Hensley and give it to Burke Badenhop. This pitching change is brought to you by the Law Tigers, San Diego's motorcycle injury lawyers who ride. Days a week.
Well, Badenhop trying to stop the bleeding here in the bottom of the fourth. A fastball, slider, and a change. A sinking fastball from the big right-hander. Tops out about 91, so he has to rely on location. Kind of even hits to innings pitched.
Off the glove of Buck, and down to second is Bartlett.
Sweeping breaking ball that gets away from the Marlin catcher. And Badenhop says, yep, my bad. Boy, that thing was a ball out of the hand, wasn't it?
Really wide with that one. So the runner, Bartlett, is at second, and a 1-0 count on Cameron Maben. Fair pass to first baseman Lopez into foul ground and right. Bartlett comes in with the third run of the inning, and Maben, his second hit of the game, is a double. And the Padres have opened up a 7-0 lead.
What a hit just keep on coming after ball one. That's a breaking ball that just stays up and in. And talk about fighting it off. You know, it looked like Cameron had to get his hands through as well. He got jammed on that one. But beating the defense of Lopez at first base, that might not have been the prettiest swing. Might have maybe rattled the knuckles a little bit, but Cameron Maven will take it.
Coach,
we like to see the hitting coach smiling.
Randy Reddy, yeah.
There's a guy who could fight off some fastballs on the inner part of the plate, too. Randy was a good teammate. Always busting guys' chops.
Cleanup hitter, Jesus Guzman. He walked and scored in the first. And then in the third, popped out to the shortstop, Bonifacio. Padres have scored 7 runs so far tonight on 8 hits. Tails to the outside corner. 1-2. All those runs charged to the starter, Hensley. And the book closed on Clay Hensley. Three and 2/3 for Hensley. 7 hits, 7 runs. Two pitch.
We got Badenhop's a little tentative going after Guzman, working the count full. First base is open.
Hudson, who homered in the first, on deck. It was a 4-run Padres first. It has been a 3-run fourth to this point. Strike 3 on the outside corner, but the Padres add 3 on 4 hits and leave a man. Now, after 4 innings for Petco Park, it's San Diego 7 and Florida nothing.
Mid-game recap from the Gas Lamp, brought to you by Murray Lamper Construction. Find the truth in home remodeling with Murray Lamper Construction. See why that they're the company you can trust. Visit murraylamper.com. Mr. Neely?
Thanks, Mud. You made that lady's night with the souvenir baseball. Nicely done.
Thank you. And of course, she blamed it on him. Which was the right call.
He's still not real happy about things. Yeah. Maybe we'll get another shot later. Bonifacio
I'm sure he will.
leads off. Strike on the outside corner. Up to 82 pitches for Harang. One headed home. Marlins with 2 hits tonight. They both came in the second, and they were singles by Jose Lopez and John Buck. Buck's was an infield hit. Marlins have dropped 13 of 15, 3 in a row. Right now, 24 games behind the first place Phillies. Padres came in at 57 and 70 and started the night just a game and a half out of third place. Leadoff walk to Bonifacio. To answer our trivia question, our AT&T wireless trivia question, and the question was, name the Marlins all-time saves leader. Trevor Hoffman, by the way, had a total of 2 saves while he was a member of the Marlins, and it's Rob Nen with 108, and Tony Alfonseca finished with 102. Leo Nunez actively at 89. I thought Brian Harvey would have had more than 51. He had a couple of really good years early in the existence of the Marlins.
Brian Harvey, split finger.
Yes.
Antonio Alfonseca, 6 fingers.
He does, and I forget what they call that syndrome when you can have an extra digit on a hand or toes. It's one of those questions you'd like to ask, but maybe seem a little uncomfortable. How having 6 fingers affected him as a pitcher. 0-2 pitch to Infante, grounded left side. Forsythe goes to second for 1.
Nice.
The first, they get 2.
How sweet was that? All the way around. You know, usually a good double play starts on the front end. Watch Forsythe, goes to his left, flip throw, and firing a strike to Orlando Hudson, and a nice turn by Orlando. Oh, that is pretty. All the way around. Get rid of it. Hot potato. That's years of practice, folks. That's a lot of ground balls.
111 double play this season turned by the Padre defense. Their first of this series. Mike Stanton has struck out twice.
You know how timing's everything, but think of the timing of that play. Orlando Hudson going to the bag and the ball being thrown from Forsythe perfectly to where he doesn't have to hover around second base. Okay, come on, get to me, get to me, get to me. They time it to where bag, ball, go. Let's watch Hudson. See, you know, he sees the play in front of him, hover, hover, get to the bag, tack the bag, go. Great job.
Hey, Stanton breaks his bat. Ground ball to Bartlett at short. Side retired. Leadoff walk to Bonifacio, but he's erased in this nifty 5-4-3 twin killing at the midpoint of the 5th. Padres have a 7-0 lead.
Always presented by Harrah's Rincon Casino. If a grand slam has hit this inning, $54,000. You heard me right. 54 large could be coming your way. But you have to enter at 4sd.com. Good luck.
For the Padres in the fifth, Orlando Hudson, who's hit a 3-run homer tonight, rolls to the right side, and the long underhand toss by Lopez to the pitcher Badenhop. They do get Hudson for the first out. Where's that distance where the underhand toss is a little too long and you just got to go overhand? I think Lopez was pretty close to that vicinity.
You know, one of the best I ever saw doing that was Wally Joyner. And that, when you have a humpy hump in it, like here, Lopez gets under it, that could spell trouble for any pitcher. I don't care if you're Badenhop and you're 6'6". And as soon as that ball leaves the hand as a pitcher, you're like, oh no, I got to get up. Hopefully I can find the bag on the way down. He does just that. It's almost like a quarterback throwing to a receiver, right? You lead him, right, over the bag.
Well, Lopez making his first start as a Marlin at first base. He started about a dozen games with Seattle at first, but primarily a middle infielder. Second hit for Blanks, who had a solo homer in the first. This time a one-out single. So Lopez is probably used to making that shovel from a lot closer distance on a play around second. He does have the reputation, though, that the times he did start at first base for Seattle, that he played very well.
Look at how Blanks hovers over Lopez at first base.
Kyle's actually dropped some pounds since we first saw him in 2009. Yep. But he's still a very big man.
Now, in the media guide, he is listed at 272. 6'6", 272. I'm guessing he's what, more like 260-ish?
Yeah, sounds about right. Down to 260 and a base hit for Hundley. He's 3 for 3. Nick Hundley. This guy right now is on fire.
He's making it look easy, and he's taking nice, easy swings. Double in the first, pulled it. Double in the fourth, pulled it, and going the opposite way for a single. Trying to tack on to that 7 that the Padres have here in the bottom of the fifth. Hey, load him up. It is the grand slam inning.
That's right. 54, okay.
54 large.
Logan Forsythe. In at the knees for strike one. Logan has reached base twice. He walked in the first and doubled in a run and scored in the fourth. A 1-1 pitch from Badenhop. Drops to that low outside corner, and Logan's behind in the count, 1-2.
Still looking for that first homer.
Takes down to the dirt. Of course, Logan last year in the minor leagues moved to second base from third base. Playing third now with Headley on the disabled list, but can play second. Played some short, some outfield.
Cuteness sighting.
A little bit inside. Full count. Logan had a hand injury last year. That played part of his season at AA San Antonio. Played in only 107 games. Up the middle and into center. Forsythe. Throw to the plate, not in time. Second RBI of the game for Logan Forsythe. This one brings in Kyle Blanks. It's 8-0. put the ball in play on 3-2.
Hey, we got a little game of romper room going on out there with the kids. Kyle Blanks, Logan Forsythe. Hey, even Nick Hundley. Sure, he's been around a while, but he's a kid at heart. And the Padres continue to add on. Even that swing from Forsythe, it looked like he kind of got his hands through again, playing pepper up the center of the diamond.
Way outside, ball 1 to the pitcher, Aaron Hooray. Padres up to 11 hits now in this game. They've had 10 or more hits now in 9 of their last 16 games. That's just since August 5th. Only 2 on Aaron. Runners at first and second with 1 out in the Padre 5th. Another run in. Lorraine called out on strikes, fanning for the 3rd time tonight. 2 down. Logan Forsythe, RBI single in this inning, but had the RBI double an inning ago. Our freeze camp brought to you by Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
Getting his hands in, hitting that ball solidly. How he got to that baseball, I don't know, but that is good hitting by Logan Forsythe. Hitting that double and driving in a run in the 4th inning. Quick to the baseball.
Venable ropes one in the alley in left center field. A couple of hops to the fence. Hundley scores. Forsythe is in. Will trying to leg out 3. He's in with a slide. A 2-run triple for Will Venable, and the Padres have reached double digits in runs tonight. Triple number 6 for Will Venable. That one chases in a pair, and it's been a 3-run inning.
Whatever it is at that bat rack for the Padres tonight, it sure is contagious. Will Venable lays into one the opposite field and then turns on the afterburners. He was getting it, folks. The play being right in front of him. And I tell you what, he got about 2/3 of the way to second base, and those strides started to lengthen out maybe about a foot longer. He had triple in the back of his mind. Everybody's getting into the act tonight.
10-0 Padres here in the 5th. A lot of crooked numbers on the scoreboard so far for the Padres. 4 in the 1st, 3 in the 4th, 3 more so far here in the 5th. Left side, spinning, Dobbs. Lopez comes down and applies the tag. With 7 more hitters come to the plate, the Padres score 3 times on 4 hits after 5. 10-0 San Diego.
some kind of nice.
Catch San Diego Music Awards Artist of the Year Switchfoot. They play a special post-game concert after the Padres play the D-backs Sunday, September 18th at 1:05. Concert is free for all fans with a paid ticket for the Sunday game. And get your tickets at Padres.com/concerts. Concert coming up after the game here tonight. But the sweet music has been playing for a while.
Nicely said, Neely.
10 Padre runs on a dozen hits. Marlins scoreless on 2 hits. Dobbs. Fly ball to right field. Venable backpedals to his right now and puts it away.
Well, this game totally different than what we were experiencing earlier in the season. I mean, the Padre hitters hitting with a great approach, hitting mistakes, extra base power. I mean, the whole thing.
Ride him, Cowboy. Strike one to the outside corner to Jose Lopez.
Do you own cowboy hat?
I do not. Do you?
I do. Come on, you're asking me that?
Your Chapeau collection is
do you own
extensive.
A pair of cowboy boots?
I do not own a pair of cowboy boots either.
Un-American.
So you're gonna bring out the patriotic card on me, are you?
Yeah, you got to at least have one pair of boots, a hat, and a pair of Wranglers.
You know the key with boots.
Ooh, Nick got that one on the shoulder. You know, he's got that little extension there to protect the. Watch the ball off the bat, and then, oh, it looked like collarbone, huh? Oh yeah.
Nick's had his share of getting banged up back there over the years.
Yes.
Lined left field towards the corner with topspin, but it gets out. A fair ball and a home run for Jose Lopez. And the Marlins are on the scoreboard. It is 10-1. That's his second as a Marlin and his 4th overall this season. Lopez has 6 hits in this series.
Yeah, I just got done talking about the Padres hitting mistakes. This looked like it was a breaking ball. Yes, a breaking ball on contact, thigh high, mid-thigh high. Good extension from Lopez, and that one gets out in a hurry. But the good thing is Aaron Harang and the Padres have a lot of breathing room. In the solo shots, hey, you know, you challenge them right now. If you make a mistake with a breaking ball, sure, you're going to get burned once in a while.
The gentleman there in the Western Metal Building tried to catch that ball, missed it, and looked like he got a little grief from the spouse. That's contagious tonight. We're watching, which would have been a tough play.
That would have been a tough play. Look, she's all over. Look, let's go. Come on. Kidding me?
Oh, I'm sure they're going to throw it up to her there. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What are the chances of her catching it?
Rip foul in the first base seats by Peterson.
That was classic. But now he's trying to, you know, she's like, you know, tell your story walking, dude. That ball's got to be caught.
You know, just the body language right there with the arms folded. Oh, it's.
Oh my God, they're showing us on TV. You ain't getting any meatloaf tonight, pal.
The left field. Blanks coming in. Kyle Blanks laying out. 2 away. The 88 train got down the tracks and robbed Brian Peterson.
Doing it with the wood, doing it with the leather. Hey, it's 10-1, but you wouldn't think that. By the way, Kyle Blanks goes after that one, helping out Aaron Harang for the second out here in the 6th. You hear a little rumble?
A little trimmer. You know, Kyle Blanks turned into a pretty darn good outfielder.
Yes, he has. Well, we knew he was athletic, that big frame. He could run, right? And I think with more time out there in left field, he's just going to get better and better.
Outside to John Buck.
Hey, you know, the 88 train's got to learn how to replace his divots. And that looks like a Clydesdale's been running around out there, doesn't it? The big horse.
You ever stood next to a Clydesdale?
Oh, I have.
They are mammoth.
Isn't it unbelievable? What a beautiful animal. You know what they should do? They should throw like a thing.
It's in the air to right in foul ground. Guzman near the seats. Back in the crowd.
Yeah, just to keep Kyle Blanks happy out there in left field, they should just throw a bale of hay out there. Let him, you know, get a little bite to eat in a long inning.
Oh, his own little pasture out there.
Yeah, feed the big horse. Look at that thing.
Luke Yoder's
he's cringing.
watching that. Yeah,
he's cringing right now. This guy's running out of excuses. And she ain't buying it.
No.
Arms
folded.
Look at that. She wants to fight.
A little bit of a frown.
Yep.
Looking at the other guy. 3-2 the count. Two outs, nobody on, and a 3-2 pitch to Buck. High drive center field. Well hit, but Maben to the warning track and makes the catch. Lopez went yard, though, for the first Padres run. But the 88 train last night robbed Gabby Sanchez, and tonight robbed Brian Peterson. Visit us in Pacific Beach or online at Mossy.com. New battery for the Marlins, and it begins with the new pitcher, Chris Hatcher.
Well, we saw him last night, and it's going to be a double switch. Hayes is going to be catching in the number 9 spot, and then Hatcher will bat in the number 7 spot. Converted catcher to the hill. And one thing that Jack McKeon will do, you know, there's a big deficit, big mountain to climb here, down by 9. So he's going to spread it out in that bullpen as Badenhop goes an inning and a third. So it's one of those games where, you know what, you try to piece together a ball game, hope guys stay healthy, and try to get them tomorrow. Still got 3 innings of baseball left.
There's Brett Hayes, who takes over behind the plate, and as Bud mentioned, with the double switch, Hayes is in the 9 spot in the order. And the new pitcher Hatcher batting in the 7th spot, vacated by John Buck. 3, 4, and 5 hitters for the Padres in the 6th. Center fielder Cameron Maben leads off. Cameron Maben 2 for 3. One of those hits, an extra base hit. He doubled his last time up in the 4th, driving in a run. But a good night for the Padres in the extra base hit department. To this point, 7 extra base hits, which has equaled the most extra base hits for the Padres in a game this season. It was a 7 extra base hit game, April 10th against the Dodgers, August 5 against the Pirates. And tonight, it's not an extra base hit, but it is the 3rd hit of the game for Cameron Maben. Keep smiling, Spike. 13 Padre hits.
But you know what a hitting coach says to his hitters in a game like this? Keep doing what you're doing. Or you just stay away from them, right? You don't overcoach.
Oh, no. Jesus Guzman takes down low. You know, it's crazy how much confidence plays in this game.
No question. No question.
On both sides, pitching and hitting.
Hey, as a pitcher, when you're hitting your spots, the ball is jumping out of your hand, your mechanics are flawless, you're not even thinking about it, your confidence goes through the roof. You think you can get anybody out. As a hitter, you're seeing the ball out of the guy's hand, you're seeing the rotation, you know the situation, you know what the pitcher's trying to do, and you're not even thinking about your swing. Confidence through the roof.
Outside from Hatcher. Second appearance of this series for the converted catcher, Chris Hatcher, who made it to the big leagues last year with the Marlins as a catcher. And in the offseason, they converted him to pitching, and he's in the big leagues as a hurler. Through the right side. Guzman joins the hit parade. That's his first of the night. It moves Maben down to second, and it's 2 on, nobody out in the San Diego 6th.
The common theme tonight has been shoot the ball the opposite way. The leg kick. Jesus staying behind that baseball, hitting it nicely, shortening up the back end. I don't know what he was looking at. Did you see that after he made contact?
Towards the dugout?
Yeah. Maybe he had a bet with somebody saying, hey, you're the only guy out of 1 through 8 that doesn't have a knock. Take a look. Shoot the ball the opposite way. You know what? I don't know what was going on there, but, you know, like you said, he's the only guy in the lineup tonight that didn't have a hit, huh? Maybe somebody was giving him a hard time.
And the smile is back on the face of Jesus Guzman. Two on for Hudson. Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
Oh, my goodness gracious. They actually spent money on those?
Maybe not. Somebody has to get a hold of those misguided gentlemen.
Oh,
set them straight.
Oh, man. Come on. Seriously, guys? Seriously. I mean, I'm honored and humbled. Peace to you, my man. Gosh.
Double nickel. What'd they drive here? Like an Edsel or something? Putting their money in the good stuff. Here's a 2-0 pitch to Hudson. Dribble towards third, foul. So how'd that conversation go for those 4 guys? Hey, you know what we all need to do? We need to get Mark Grant Padre jerseys to the game and sit in the first row behind the Padre dugout.
Yeah.
Mission accomplished.
They got the good seats. I'm honored. Thanks, guys. Like they can hear me, right?
2-1 pitch. That is through the right side. Around third, Maben, and now the right fielder Stanton overruns the ball, and everybody else moves up a base. An RBI for Orlando. He's had a 4 RBI night. Maben scores for a second time tonight. Padres have that 10-run lead back.
You know, we talk about guys going the opposite way. On this one, Orlando hooks the baseball. That ball's on the outer half of the plate. And with the way the defense was playing, pitch away, maybe go up the center of the diamond, because Infante was cheap towards second base, but he actually beats the shift by hooking that baseball. Another good piece of hitting by Hudson.
Single for Orlando, an RBI. And takes second on an error by the right fielder Stanton. That's in the air to left. Off the bat of blanks, Peterson went back now in to make the catch. Guzman tags, he will score, and it's a dozen runs for the Padres. Second RBI of the game for Blanks.
Homemade sign, gotta love it. Everybody having fun tonight at the ballpark. His favorite Padres there with their numbers. And even the pitching arm of Brian Peterson can't throw him out at home plate. And tell you what, folks, it's nice to see multiple numbers in the R and H column. 12 and 15.
Nick Hundley is 3 for 3. 2 doubles, a single, and 2 runs scored for the Padres catcher. Hatcher paints the outside corner with a slider. 0-1. Nick took a foul ball off that right collarbone in the last inning. While catching. Two balls and a strike. One pitch. Strike call. Nick Hundley, who played collegiately at the University of Arizona, which of course is where Trevor Hoffman played college baseball. Trevor's college coach, Jerry Kindall, will be here tomorrow, along with a host of others, to honor Trevor Hoffman. Pops up on the first base side in foul territory. That will come down not far from the guys in the Grant shirts. A little to their left.
Look at, he brought his glove, hoping to go home with a souvenir. Hopefully those 4 guys are keeping the beer vendors busy. Couple of social sparklers.
And the food.
Yeah. Yeah. Those are my kind of guys right there. Yeah.
Full count.
Those are the kind of guys where you go out, you find a watering hole, play a few games of pool, throw some darts, have some social sparklers, and have a good time.
Save a few memories.
Oh, yeah.
3-2. Hundley, deep left. Hit well and goodbye. Fourth hit of the game for Hundley, who's now a triple shy of the cycle. The Padres poured it on. Two-run blast for Nick, number 5 on the year.
Full count, breaky ball, you hangy. Oh, and he will bangy. And he does just that. 3 innings in a row, the Padres have put up a crooked number.
And 4 crooked numbers total.
And it's still only 1 out here in the 6th. Hey, you mentioned Nick Hundley, a triple shy of the cycle, and he's been triple happy lately, right?
Yeah, 3 in the last 5 or 6 days. So if he can get another one here tonight, he'll be the first Padre ever to hit for the cycle. He's doubled twice tonight, singled, and now hit a 2-run homer. $14 runs, which is not a season high for the Padres. In fact, not all that long ago, back in Pittsburgh, August 5th, the Padres scored 15. Most hits they've had in a game this year, 23. That was May 11th in Milwaukee. Tonight, though, is the 10th time in Petco Park history that the Padres have scored 12 or more runs.
All I'm saying is I like a messy scorecard on the Padres side. But tonight's a messy scorecard night.
There's a lot of filled-in baseball diamonds on my scorecard. It's a good thing. Fouled away by Logan.
The Padres collectively a hit for the cycle tonight. Will Venables got that triple, right?
Yeah, the 2-run triple in the 5th.
Yeah.
Strike 3 on the outside corner for the 2nd out of the inning. Pitcher spot due up. James Darnell will bat to finish a Rings night. He goes 6 innings and allowed 1 run on the solo home run by Jose Lopez. Down low to Darnell. A 24-year-old from California. Something got out of the stands in right field, like a baseball, and Mike Stanton throws it back into the seats. That's the reason for the brief holdup. Four-run first, 3-run fourth, 3-run fifth. Now what has been so far a 4-run sixth for the Padres. And at the knees, 1-2. Padres scored 14 runs against the Marlins in Florida July 20th. Won that game 14-3, and guess who the starting and winning pitcher was?
Aaron Hooray.
Bingo. Well, the inning comes to an end, but the Padres tack on 4 more. 2 of those coming on Nick Hundley's 5th home run of the season and his 4th hit of the night. After 6, it's 14-1. MTS moves me. And by Cadillac. Visit your San Diego County Cadillac dealer for an attractive lease or purchase offer. Happy Saturday to you from the Gas Lamp, Mark Neely and Mark Grant. Big Padre lead, and in comes Anthony Bass.
Well, a good chance for Anthony Bass to get a couple of innings and kind of pad those numbers a little bit. You see his 2.05 ERA, very nice. Little high on the walks, 14 in 22 frames. Be aggressive. Go right after these guys. Snap off that breaking ball. Pound the strike zone. Get in and out of there quickly.
Darnell stays in the game at third base. And Forsythe, who was at third, moves over to second. So Orlando Hudson has come out. Eight, 9, and 1 hitters for the Marlins. Dwayne Wise, the center fielder, is leading off. Nick Hundley's home run went 372 feet. And it's the 1,000th home run in Petco Park history.
Nice.
A nice round number.
And you know what I look at? That was such a good swing that Nick put on that pitch. Remember the foul tip that he got off the collarbone? That could be nasty. That could be very nasty. Well, foul ball off the collarbone, my eye. He was all over that breaking ball. Yeah. Because, you know, you get a hit there, that can affect your swing.
Oh, you bet. You know, collarbone, if you break your collarbone, that's a couple of months of misery.
Absolutely.
Three and 2 on Dwayne Wise, leading off the Marlins 7th. That's foul. Anthony Bass on in relief of Aaron Harang. That's in play, left field, Kyle Blinks. One gone. The Michigander Anthony Bass faced Brett Hayes, who came in the last inning as part of a double switch for Florida. First at bat of the night for Brett Hayes. Hayes grew up in the LA area. He's, of course, a catcher, but he appeared in the outfield playing right field for the first time in his career in the 9th inning back on July 20th against the Padres in Miami. One ball, 2 strikes on Hayes.
It sounds like the field mic's picking up some happy times in the stands as well.
Been a good night.
It's been a good night at the ball yard.
Pass strikes out Hayes on the slider. 2 outs.
You know, it's good for the mind. It's good for the soul as a Padre and a Padre fan to once in a while have a laugher. Hey, 14-1 in the 7th inning. Sure, you know the old adage, oh, it's still got a lot of baseball left. Well, hey.
I'm sure that guy's not happy until it's officially over, because that's his job.
Yeah, Buddy's looking at his lineup card, dealing with this ball game like it's tied 2-2 in the 7th. Saying, hey, Balls, remind me I got to pick up dry cleaning tomorrow, will you?
Strike call.
I got a road trip coming up. I got some shirts I need to.
Down low, 1-2. Base is empty in the Florida 7th. Bonifacio, who's walked a couple of times, is 0 for 1 officially with a strikeout. Right out in front of the plate, Hundley takes charge and throws him out. 3 up, 3 down in the top of the 7th. Time to stretch in the bottom half. The Padre bats been red hot tonight. Can they set a season high for runs scored? Club members enjoy free stretch run admission, free reserve seating, and a free program. Plus, enjoy half-price domestic draft beer, sodas, and hot dogs at select concessions. The hurler comes in. Jose Seda now pitching for Florida.
Fastball, slider, cutter, and a split. And once again, Jack McKeon just hoping that nobody gets hurt in this game. Spacing it out, giving guys innings in this laugher up to this point. 14-1 lead for San Diego. And not a lot of innings for Seda. Always managing, right?
Alfredo Meziga takes over in left field.
Giving guys rests, whether you're in the lead or trailing.
Brian Peterson moves from left to right. So Stanton has come out. Jose Seda from the Dominican Republic, a 24-year-old. Looking a miss by Venable, who tripled in 2 runs his last time up. Jose Seda was originally in the Padres organization. And in 2006, was traded to the Cubs in exchange for infielder Todd Walker. The trade deadline of 06. Popped up shallow left, the shortstop Bonifacio. Jose Seda, 6'4", 280-pounder. Jason has singled in a run in the 4th and is 1 for 4. Seda with a 93-mile-per-hour fastball paints the outside corner. Lifted to right center field. Wayne Wise coasts over. 2 away in the San Diego 7th. David due up, but Aaron Cunningham will pinch hit. And most likely stay in the game and play in the outfield.
So Gonzalez and Johnson, the only bench players left for Buddy Black. Seda's got a good fastball. I mean, he can get up to 95, 96. You know, games like this also, Mark, is you get guys in, you're like AC, you know, you get a chance to get an at-bat, right? Stay fresh a little bit, rather than spending the whole game on the bench.
Perfect opportunity to get him in. Speaking of outfielders, Chris Denorfia, who was eligible to come off the DL yesterday, had a little episode Thursday in the minor league rehab with the hamstring. So not coming off the DL as of now. So that's the latest on Dino. You know, we're not too terribly far away from the rosters expanding. It's 10, 11 days away. Two outs, nobody on in the Padres 7th. The pinch hitter Aaron Cunningham, a 1-2 pitch from Jose Seda, and he blew the fastball past him at 94 miles per hour. The Padres go in order for the 3rd time tonight, the 1st time though since the 3rd inning, and lead it by 13. Braves over the D-backs 8-1. Dan Uggla had a couple of home runs. D-backs have now lost 4 in a row. And the Rockies got a walk-off single from Dexter Fowler to beat the Dodgers 7-6 in 13 innings. Venable, who's moved over to center field. Cunningham stays in. He's playing right. And on the first pitch, Infante flies out. There's Aaron in right field. Giants lost tonight as well, so Arizona maintains a 2.5 game lead in the West.
That's going to be an interesting race down the wire, huh? Giants dealing with some injuries to some key players.
D-backs have lost 4 in a row, but the Giants have now lost 3 in a row. So they've missed an opportunity, San Francisco has, to get closer to the top spot. There's a strike to Amezaga, batting for the first time tonight. Kind of looks like the NL West may be the only race in the National League.
Yeah, the Phillies are way out in front. Milwaukee, as you mentioned earlier.
They're up 8.5 now on the Cardinals. Phillies, they won tonight, as did the Braves, so Atlanta stays 7.5 back. Ripped to right, and a base hit for Amezaga. Just the 4th hit of the game for Florida. Cleanup hitter Greg Dobbs has flied out twice and grounded out once, 0 for 3. Padres have 14 runs on 16 hits. The Marlins now 1 run, 4 hits. A strike from Bass to Dobbs. Dierks Bentley concert after the game here tonight.
Oh, can you feel the excitement?
I can feel it. It's palpable. And of course tomorrow, the Trevor Hoffman retirement ceremony, which we'll have for you here on Channel 4 beginning at 12:30.
Cocktails, concert. What in the Artemis Gordon is going on there? Wow, wow, West.
Never been so many cowboy hats at Petco Park for a game before. Why didn't you wear yours tonight?
You know what? Hey, pick a winner. That's not a bad. That's not a bad lid, but you know he's right on pace to being okay with that lid. Yeah.
One, two on the way to Greg Dobbs. A bit inside. So what color is your cowboy hat?
I've got a black Stetson. I've got a Tom Mix black. You know what the Tom Mix looks like, right?
I can't say I do. No.
Okay, well, Tom Mix was an actor in the old West movies. It's the old.
That is foul.
It's got a brim like that could cover the infield, and it's got the big. You remember Haas Cartwright?
Yeah.
Remember he had his hat? It had the big like dome on top. It's got the big 3 dimples in front.
Do you have the peacock feather on the front?
No, they got a little feather on the side though. That's 16 ounces. Got no chance. That's a nice looking stylish brim right there.
But it's, you're saying your hat is really wide.
Really wide, yeah.
Kind of like the urban sombrero.
Kind of, yeah, and it's black felt. It's
in the air to left field. Kyle Blank squeezes it. 2 outs. Okay, what kind of boots do you have?
I've got a pair of custom-made black ostrich. My good friend John Woodward. But they are, I mean, you know, I always heard you get yourself a good pair of custom-made.
And they last forever.
And they're like slippers. They are like slippers. They are the most comfortable thing ever.
Does it take a while to break them in, though?
It doesn't take 10 minutes to break them in because they're so soft and supple.
Supple, that's a nice word. I like that. There we go. Were those some Tony Lamas?
Could have been Lucchese. Could have been Tony Lamas.
You know your boots.
And some ropers. Get some ropers. Lace up ropers. Those are styling. Yeah, it's a good look.
The only ropers I know were the owners of the house that Three's Company lived in. Down low, 2-1.
That's when that series jumped the shark, when they had the ropers.
Right? They had their own show, didn't they? All right. He's showing off.
He's got his boots off. He's getting ready to go.
I'm not sure that's appropriate place. 2-2.
That guy's having himself a good old time out there, isn't he?
When the boots come off, all bets are off. 2-2 to Jose Lopez, whose home run his last time up is accounted for the only Marlins run. I'm not so sure about that hat. I think I saw Tiny Tim in Laughing wearing that.
The ukulele?
Yeah. Singing Tiptoe Through the Tulips. Broken back ground ball to third. Darnell there across the diamond. The hit, the man left on. Yeehaw! We're heading to the bottom of the 8th. The 13-run lead. From the Channel 4 studio tonight with Jenny Kavnar and Bob Scanlon. Sequan Casino getaway for the day at Sequan. Scan over on the set. Apparently, Jenny is still feeding Weisbart somewhere.
Look at Scanlon. He's withering away to nothing, being malnourished over there.
Guzman first pitch swinging, popped out to the shortstop Bonifacio.
Look at he needs some nourishment. He needs somebody to feed him.
Company.
Yeah. Midnight's getting all the love. Sorry, Scan.
What's a 6'8" guy to do? Robbie Johnson will bat.
Is Dierks Bentley going to have a warm-up band? I mean, is somebody playing before him, like the good old boys? Or
that I don't know. If somehow the good old boys come out of the stage, I'll be one of the more enthused guys.
You know what I want to hear tonight? I want to hear the theme song from Rawhide. That's what I want to hear.
Diddle-it, diddle-it.
Head them up, move them out.
By the way, I always sign my checks on the glove box.
My brother's got the checkbook out of the car.
Dirk Spindley, by the way, threw out the first pitch tonight. They had the sound check going on.
It's not a bad little sinker right there from Dirks.
Rob Johnson was part of that.
Yeah.
The strikeout of Johnson brings up Kyle Blanks. He homered in the first, part of back-to-back homers. Hudson hit a 3-run shot before Kyle's home run. First back-to-back homers for San Diego this year.
First concert you ever went to? Ever?
The Police.
Really?
At Mississippi Nights on the Landing in St. Louis, which is a little bitty club. And nobody really knew who they were. What was your first concert?
John Cougar Mellencamp, ASU campus.
In Tempe?
Mm-hmm.
That's popped up. Little infielder Infante wants it to retire the side.
My second concert, Wham.
Hey, I choose life.
Hey, relax.
Hoffman in a special pregame retirement ceremony. Don't miss this once in a lifetime event. You can still get your tickets before they're gone at Padres.com/Trevor. If you can't make it here to Petco, we'll have it on Channel 4 here for you beginning at 12:30. Padres bring on their third pitcher of the night, Josh Spence.
Well, Josh has had some instances out there on the mound where his control has not been his friend, and that's what he's known for, throwing strikes, hitting his spots with both his fastball and his breaking ball. Quite frankly, I think it's more of between the ears type thing rather than a mechanical. So this is a perfect opportunity to have Josh Spence go out there and just iron things out and go back to his old self, getting people out quickly.
Johnson stays in the catch. Peterson leading off. First pitch up and away from Spence. Last night these two squared off. And remember, Spence threw a pitch kind of up and in, and Peterson didn't flinch, really move, and ball hit him on the elbow.
Right.
Tonight, Peterson has walked, also struck out and flied to left. Padres have been in command throughout. A 4-run first, a 3-run fourth, 3 in the 5th, and 4 more in the 6th. And the only Marlins run came in the top of the 6th on a Jose Lopez home run. So Hundley out of the game. Nick 4 for 4 tonight. Will not have an opportunity for that triple to complete the cycle. Ball 4 and a 5-pitch walk to Peterson.
Yeah, you know, it's 14-1 lead, but that's the last thing that anybody wants to see is Josh Spence a leadoff walk here in the top of the 9th.
Gabby Sanchez will bat for the Marlins. He takes a high strike. Sanchez got the night off from the starting lineup tonight. Their everyday first baseman. Pinch hitting here and swings and misses. 0-2.
But Josh Spence was called up to the big leagues. What was he throwing? 83, 84, 85
yeah,
tops?
around that.
Yeah.
It was kind of a fun night with all the. There was that Australian baseball team here. He made his debut.
And, you know, I'm not saying this is the case. As far as Josh being off with his control, but put yourself in his position. He comes up, he's not throwing that hard, and then he gets kind of a feel for it. And then maybe, just maybe, he's thinking, you know what? Maybe I'm trying to throw too hard and do a little too much. That might be a case that Josh Spence has fallen into. You know? And that one's topped out at 82. That was a fastball at 82.
So
when you have some success, you know, a lot of guys fall in the trap to think maybe I should try harder, maybe I should try to throw harder, maybe I'll get better results, rather than just doing what got you here and keep doing what has been giving you success. I'm not saying that's the case. Some guys fall into that.
So let me see if I follow you here. You're suggesting that Spence gear it back up a little bit?
Maybe.
Okay.
Nice and easy, 82 on the corner. See the location with Josh is his
everything.
His location. I mean, come on. I don't care if you throw 82, 84. If you can dot that outside corner.
Slow ground ball to third. The play is at first. And they get Wise, and the Marlins will be down to their final out. Now to second goes Peterson.
Darnell looking pretty good over there at third on that play.
Yes. The Padres 1 out away from taking the first 3 games of this 4-game series, making it 6 consecutive on the season against the Marlins, and dating back to last year, there'll be 7 consecutive wins for the Padres over Florida.
'84 sinker.
Don't forget 12:30 tomorrow for the Trevor Hoffman retirement ceremony. We'll have play-by-play when the ceremony concludes. Anibal Sanchez will pitch for the Marlins against Padre left-hander Corey Lupke. Strike on 2-0. 37,268 the paid crowd tonight at Petco. Dirks Bentley concert appears to be right around the corner. 3-1. To third, Darnell. Out of the mid of Guzman on a throw a bit low, and the game continues. Runners are at the corners.
Kind of tough to tell.
The air has been charged to the third baseman Darnell. Yeah. But I think Guzman thinks that he should have had that one.
Yeah, was that a clean try to catch on that, or was it a short hop?
I don't think it hit the dirt, but that was just me watching in real time. Hayes is on. Top of the order, Bonifacio. Popped up right side in foul territory. Guzman calls for it, and the Padres win it 14-1. Big night for the Padres. A lot to tell you about. We'll take a timeout, come back, and recap a big Padre win over the Marlins tonight. 14-1 San Diego.